figured it'd be a good time to update where we're at. When Nick's got a big hammer, something went wrong.
Slow down, moving too fast, don't make a sound. Wait for me now. Here all by myself, running underground. I'll be inside for eternity. Don't leave me now. Oh no, I'm losing my sanity.
So long story short, we blew our engine in practice, number 2 rod let loose, and then we was looking to source the engine here in Washington. And Chelsea Nova stepped up and was gonna let us go pull the engine out of his demo car that he runs at his drift school in Portland, I believe. And so we were actually on the way there. Dustin Miles let us borrow his truck, and which you see out here, and Chelsea let us borrow his open trailer. So we were actually on the way to Chelsea's shop to pull the engine out. And then my friend hit me up and said, hey, I have an engine, it's already pulled, come to the shop and we'll set you up. Well, we got here and he said, dude, unload your car, we'll do it here. And here you have it. He opened up the shop for us. He's stripping the new engine down. The team's taking the old engine out, getting the boiler off, transmission out of there, and pretty much swapping out parts of it and put on the new engine. All right, we're gonna get to it so we can be back at Evergreen Speedway tomorrow and be ready for Saturday's competition.
Exit light.
up, guys? I'm Jonathan Nerren, here with my teammate Tyler Nelson. We're here at the beautiful Evergreen Speedway in Monroe, Washington for round 3 and 4 Formula Drift. We just finished up day 2, and it's been some trials and tribulations here. It's been an overall tough week for us, and but you know, a good experience, a good learning experience. Coming in Wednesday, we loaded in. Everybody got here. We got to our hotel, got some sleep in. Thursday was our first day of practice. It was raining like crazy, so first run out. I had my very first run here. I followed JTP for never run the track before, and not having just kind of having a neutral setup in there, not knowing what we needed. I was happy with my first run. Second run came back around in the burnout box. Our engine let loose. We pulling out of the burnout box, the engine started knocking. So we shut it down and pulled it back into the pits, pushed it back, and we ended up breaking a rod. So long story short, we ended up sourcing the engine. Shout out to Chelsea Denofa and Dustin Miles for Chelsea let me borrow his trailer. He was actually initially going to give me the engine out of his S197 demo car at his shop a little above Portland, and we were on the way down there with Dustin's truck, Chelsea's trailer, and my car in the back. We was gonna go to his shop and swap everything over. About halfway through there, my buddy Trip found an engine, or ended up linking up with a guy up here. Nice. Yeah, Trip made a post, and
sweet.
Through the grace of God or whatever, somebody seen the post and called me up and said, "Hey, I got an engine over here. Come put it in." And the dude was awesome. They let us come in. He ended up helping us swap the engines out, break the old engine down, and while we were removing the engine out of my car, and ended up helping us out the whole night, put the new engine in. About 6 hours, and we were fired up. So that was our Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday actually went good for me right off the rip. I felt really comfortable with the track. I guess being tracks, the majority of the tracks I ran the past few years in competition. And then I guess just the tarmac, it felt really consistent in the drying, even though it was patchy, but the wall was really consistent, the radius, and it was really fun to just drive here. So even in practice, I was just having so much fun with the guys. I think it helped me learn faster that way, because these guys have been here 7, 8 times now or more. So I did some chase runs off the bat with JTP, Kangushi, and that really helped me just have the confidence. All right, we can run with them. Started doing some lead laps. I'd say after 2 lead laps, I had it down, and I was just looking forward to battles. I knew I was going against Chris, and I knew everybody else was saying he won practice, so I knew that I had to give it everything. For me, I chased first. I put on a really good chase at the end. I just really didn't expect the slow that he did in the allotted decel zone. So that's one thing that I just personally have to get used to, knowing where to risk an attack and where not to. So, and that just happens. You got to put yourself in the right situation for everything to work out for you. So I put myself in there, and we just got into him a little too much when he slowed a little too much, and it just happened. So it put me at a deficit going into my lead run. So I just kind of let it all out there, and then I did a good lead run. And that was that. He won, but it was a good battle. And I was really feeling good coming into the second day against his teammate Dylan Hughes, which obviously they had good data on me. And I know he's good at this track. He did good last year. He's really consistent. And it was a good battle also. Something a little similar. It's just knowing when to attack. And I was on his door, and a lot of other drivers and myself stay full throttle there, and a lot use the actual allotted decel zone to check up and be more consistent to that section. So I guess risk management and knowing who you're going against might help a little in the future, but it was a great run from him. I put it on there, a little mishap coming off the bank. We actually kept the run going. And then I went on my lead run. The entry felt awesome. Coming down in the infield, I just kind of didn't shift the best. Came in around the corner and looped it for whatever reason at the end. Just trying to go too hard. You have a 0, you have to do something crazy. So that's about my weekend. It was awesome though. I mean, I actually had so much fun. So that's awesome to be able to come out here, in the most competitive setting that I could ever be in and have the most fun. I feel like years leading up to this competition wasn't as fun. Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't really know, but yeah, this has been a blast. Really no nerves, just a blast. Yeah. You? How was your day today?
Man,
I know you didn't have much practice.
it's just a
but
wild
you did
weekend.
good,
You know, going
dude.
into it, we had I had one practice lap on Thursday, and then Saturday after we put the new engine in, I only had one lap on it, and in Saturday's practice before going into comp with no lead runs. So my very first lead run out of the whole weekend was when I was going against Osbo. You know, so somewhat nerve-wracking. I didn't let it get to me, but you know, whenever you're going up there, kind of sight unseen and never doing a lead run, is
Gosh,
you gotta hope for
crazy
you gotta
thinking about that.
kind of hope for the best and
Yeah.
put together what you can. Now it was what as best I could do as far as better than I expected. I guess for not knowing the layout really.
You did great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We're gonna be real good here.
Osbo got the win on Saturday. Coming into Sunday, we got more practice. We got 2 more laps in, and I did some lead runs actually. And so on earlier today, I went against Osbo's teammate Ryan Turk. So again, he actually right before competition, he right pretty hard into the wall. So I wasn't sure if we were gonna battle him or not. But the Papadakis crew, like they're on their stuff, and they got it back out there just in the nick of time after their 5 minutes. And so we went for a run, and his car's really quick off the line on the follow line. There's I don't know, it stayed wet right there. I can never get out the hole.
It was wet the whole day. The whole track was dry, a little slick off the bank in one section, but the run up and through the cones wet the whole day.
Yeah.
And it changed, it varied, it got patchy too.
But going against him,
hard.
he had a great lead run. I stuck up to him at the very end, and in one of those patchy spots I discussed, it was right after outer zone 3. The car got wheel speed loose and almost over rotated on me. But then I saved it and then got back on him. I went to lead, and this constituted a weekend. This was like my 3rd or 4th lead run all weekend, so I just pushed it as hard as I could. A little too hard actually, leaving outer zone 3. Backed into the wall, and where the location was at the wall, there was just a lot of marbles right there, and the car wouldn't drive out of it. It was wet and then marbles, and couldn't get out of it. Saved the car. Might see the rear crash bar behind me a little bit bent up. All good. We got spares. We'll get it buttoned up when we get back to the shop. So all in all, we both went out top 32 this weekend. Gets some of the best in the business. Got a learning experience. Got some notes down on the track, and learned some more on our cars setup wise. And we'll just take that and
Texas.
And heading into Texas.
That's about a month away now since they moved it. So a good amount of time in between, good break. I'm ready. We'll be there.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bam. Shake it.
Didn't get left hanging. Got the win today on that one.
Hey, that's a win for me.
Yeah, that is a win for you.
Yeah.
I'll take it too.
So
though.
we got to win.
Check us out, Jonathan Nerren Racing on the social medias. Drift Nelco on Instagram
Drift
and
underscore Nelco.
Drift underscore Nelco, and then Tyler Nelson Motorsports on Facebook, YouTube.
Yep.
So, yep, that's a wrap for the Shelby
Thanks
Drift
for
team.
watching. Appreciate all the partners as usual. Check our stuff out.
Texas Motor Speedway. We'll be there at the end of the month.